Good morning, world. Today we're talking about something a little bit different. We're talking about insomnia. It's not your most mental health related issue, but I used to suffer from insomnia and I've been asked about it. So today I'm sharing 5 insomnia tools that worked for me. One being clean out and repurpose your bedroom, because our lives have become so intertwined where it feels like we do everything everywhere. That includes doing everything in your bedroom as well. And I remember when I was in school, my desk used to be in my room, which meant that I actually was spending most of my work time in my bedroom. So when I would try to go to sleep, my body was just, ready to work. So clean out your bedroom to remove everything that is not conducive to sleeping and repurpose the room so that it is solely focused on what you're trying to do there, which is you're trying to sleep. So make sure that anything that is not conducive to sleeping is not in the room. 2, develop a wind down routine. When you're throughout the day, your body's going and you're demanding that your body continues to go and go and go. So when you want to rest, when you're ready to sleep, you need to start preparing your body for that slow down process. Just like if you're driving a car, you don't just go from 100 to 0. You start slowing down, you go 80, 60, 40, and then eventually you're at 0. So you need to teach your body how to do the same thing. You can do this by maybe you're doing yoga, maybe you're meditating, maybe this is your quiet reading time. To start quieting down or quieting your mind so that by the time you go to bed, your body's starting to, be at that lower spot. 3, find your ideal bedtime and stick to it. It's great to have routines, and it's when you start teaching your body, this is the time to do this is the time to do that. Find your sweet spot. Not everybody's sweet spot is going to be the same thing. My sweet spot is 12 o'clock. I know that when I go to bed around midnight, I'm able to to fall asleep and then stay asleep, which used to be my issue where I would wake up all the time. So find your ideal bedtime where you can go to sleep, where your body's ready for rest, and your body will be able to stick with it. And once you find it, stick with it as much as possible. Once you find your ideal bedtime, stick with it. 4, have an outlet for ruminating thoughts. One of the biggest issues insomniacs face is that you spend the whole night thinking about all sorts of stuff. When thoughts get into our head, they don't want to leave because, hey, I'm here. I need to be addressed. I need to be acknowledged. So take a second to acknowledge them, but you need to acknowledge them in a way that does not disturb the process of slowing down, the process of shutting down that you started. So having an outlet, something like a piece of paper and a pencil, or even a small recorder that you can just reach, and it needs to be close enough that it does not disturb the process. So something that's on your nightstand where you can just reach over, grab the paper, write down very quickly what it is that the thought that keeps coming to mind, and then put it away. That way you get it out of your head, because until you do something with it, it wants to stay there because it demands your attention. 5, monitor your attitude and remove options. When we can't sleep, we have this tendency to focus on, oh, I can't sleep. It's going to be such a hard day. This is going to ruin my day. This is that, all the negative things that are going to happen. So don't focus on all what happens when you can't sleep. Focus on, I am working. I am going to sleep. That's what you need to focus on. Focus on sleeping. Change that mental dialogue so you're not so much focusing on what's not happening, but rather what you want to see happen. And of course, remove options, because that's what we want to do when we can't sleep. Okay, fine. If I can't sleep, I might as well start reading. I might as well start watching TV. Remove all options. Focus on what you want to do, and the only option you give yourself is what it is that you want to do. If you're not falling asleep, you lay there, do some deep breathing until you actually fall asleep. And yeah, that's pretty much it. 1, clean out and repurpose your bedroom so that all you can do in there, all that it's conducive to doing, is sleeping. Develop a wind down routine to get your body from that mile a minute that you've been going all day into that shut down space where you can actually start resting. 3, find your ideal bedtime and stick to it, because if you give your body a routine, it's easier for it to start going back to it all the time. And 4, have an outlet for ruminating thoughts, because that's one of the things that often bother us the most, where you keep thinking about all sorts of different things and you're so busy thinking about everything you can't fall asleep. So find a way to acknowledge and get rid of the thoughts as quickly as possible. And 5, monitor your attitude and remove options. You need to keep yourself focused on what it is that you want to do, and the only option you give yourself is what you are trying to do, which is sleep. And that will be it for today. Good morning, world. Have a great day.